Facts about Earth's biggest creature. When it comes to size, the blue whale is truly in a league of its own. These magnificent creatures can grow up to 100 feet long, which is about as long as 3 school buses lined up end to end, and their weight, an astonishing 200 tons. To put that into perspective, that's the combined weight of 30 adult African elephants, or as much as a fully loaded jetliner. The next time you board a plane, imagine the entire thing being the weight of a single blue whale. Mind-blowing, right? Their size alone is jaw-dropping, but what's even more fascinating is how their individual body parts are scaled up to match. For example, a blue whale's heart is roughly the size of a small car and weighs about 1,300 pounds. And here's a cool fact. Their heart beats so slowly that divers have actually heard it underwater from several meters away. With each powerful beat, it pumps blood through a body longer than a basketball court. Even their tongues are enormous, weighing as much as an adult elephant. Their mouths? They can hold up to 90 tons of food and water in one massive gulp. Imagine swallowing the weight of 20 elephants in one bite. But despite their enormous size, blue whales manage to be surprisingly graceful swimmers. They can reach speeds of up to 20 miles per hour when they're in a hurry, especially during their long migrations. Yet most of the time, they prefer to move slowly and serenely through the water at around 5 miles per hour. And when you think about it, gliding through the vast oceans with such size and grace is a feat in itself. What's even more remarkable is how blue whales dwarf every other creature on Earth, both alive today and those that roamed millions of years ago, including the largest dinosaurs. The blue whale isn't just the biggest animal today, it's the biggest animal to have ever existed on our planet. That's right, bigger than any T-Rex or long-necked brontosaurus. And despite their massive size, these gentle giants pose no danger to humans. They feed on some of the smallest organisms in the ocean. In the next section, we'll explore this strange mystery. How does the biggest animal on Earth survive by eating some of the tiniest creatures in the sea? One of the biggest mysteries about blue whales is their diet. How does the largest creature on the planet, weighing up to 200 tons, survive by eating some of the tiniest organisms in the ocean? The answer lies in an ingenious feeding strategy known as filter feeding, which allows them to consume vast amounts of food at once. Blue whales feed primarily on krill, tiny shrimp-like creatures that measure less than 2 inches long. During feeding season, a blue whale can consume up to 4 tons of krill per day. That's like eating the weight of a full-grown hippo every day, but in the form of microscopic organisms. They do this by taking in massive gulps of water and krill, then using their baleen plates, long comb-like structures in their mouths, to filter out the water, trapping the krill inside. Each gulp can hold up to 90 tons of water and food, which the whale then forces out, leaving just the krill behind. The efficiency of this feeding method is mind-boggling. Blue whales are able to fuel their enormous bodies by consuming these tiny creatures because krill swarm in such large numbers. In fact, in some regions, krill can form dense swarms that are visible from space. These swarms provide a concentrated food source that makes it possible for blue whales to get the energy they need with minimal effort. But blue whales don't eat all year round. During the summer months, they head to cold, nutrient-rich waters where krill populations explode. They spend these months building up their fat reserves, called blubber, by eating almost constantly. During the winter, they migrate to warmer waters, where food is scarce, and they live off the blubber they accumulated during their feeding frenzy. Another fun fact: blue whales use a method called lunge feeding when hunting for krill. They swim towards a swarm of krill with their mouths wide open, accelerating as they approach. Then at the last moment, they lunge forward, engulfing a huge volume of water and krill in one swift movement. It's a sight to behold, like watching a giant ocean vacuum cleaner at work. This incredible feeding strategy has allowed the blue whale to thrive, despite their massive size and the tiny creatures they rely on for survival. Next, we'll take a look at one of the blue whale's most fascinating traits: their haunting, far-reaching songs and how they communicate with each other across oceans. One of the most fascinating things about blue whales is the way they communicate. These gentle giants produce some of the loudest and most powerful sounds made by any animal on Earth. Their songs are long, low-frequency calls that can travel incredibly far through the water, up to 1,000 miles or more. Imagine being able to hear someone talking to you from the other side of a continent. That's how blue whales keep in touch across the vast ocean. They rely on these deep, booming calls to navigate, find mates, and communicate with other whales, even when separated by enormous distances. These whale songs are so low-pitched that many of the sounds they make are below the range of human hearing. This means that while we might not always hear them, to other blue whales, these calls are like a powerful voice echoing across the sea. What's amazing is that even though the ocean is vast, the sound waves travel efficiently through water, allowing blue whales to talk to each other from hundreds, sometimes even thousands of miles away. The complexity of their songs is another marvel. Blue whales sing in patterns, repeating sequences of sounds in a rhythmic way. Some whale songs can last for up to 20 minutes and are often repeated for hours on end. What's even more intriguing is that these songs change over time, almost like evolving musical styles. Different populations of blue whales have their own versions of these songs, and just like music trends in humans, whale songs can evolve and shift across generations. One of the most important functions of these songs is helping whales navigate the oceans. The low-frequency sound waves produced by blue whales can bounce off underwater features like mountains and coastlines, allowing them to create a mental map of the ocean around them. This ability becomes especially crucial during their long migrations, when they travel across thousands of miles of open water in search of food or breeding grounds. But why do they sing so loudly and over such great distances? Scientists believe it's a way to communicate across vast ocean expanses, especially during mating season. Males are known to sing more frequently during this time, possibly as a way to attract females or warn off competing males. It's like a deep underwater serenade, echoing across the ocean. In the next section, we'll dive into the life cycle of the blue whale, from the birth of a calf to their incredible migrations across the globe. The life cycle of the blue whale is just as incredible as its size. Blue whales are born into the world already weighing as much as a fully grown hippopotamus. At birth, a blue whale calf can weigh up to 3 tons and measure around 25 feet long, roughly the size of an adult orca. Even more impressive is how fast these calves grow. In their first year of life, they can gain up to 200 pounds every single day. This rapid growth is fueled by their mother's incredibly rich milk, which contains up to 50% fat, helping the baby whale pack on the blubber it needs to survive in the cold ocean waters. Blue whale mothers are fiercely protective of their young, staying close to their calves for the first year of life. During this time, the mother and calf will embark on long migrations, sometimes traveling thousands of miles. The calf stays with the mother until it is strong enough to navigate the ocean on its own, which usually happens after the first year. Speaking of migration, blue whales are among the greatest travelers on Earth. Every year, they undertake one of the longest migrations of any mammal, traveling between their feeding grounds in the polar regions and their breeding grounds in warmer tropical waters. During the summer, blue whales spend their time in nutrient-rich waters, where krill are abundant, often in the icy waters of the Arctic or Antarctic. Here, they gorge themselves on krill, building up their fat reserves for the long journey ahead. When winter approaches, they begin their migration toward warmer waters. These migration routes can cover more than 10,000 miles in a single round trip. The whales travel from the cold, food-rich waters of the poles to the more temperate waters where they breed and give birth. Once in warmer waters, blue whales fast, living off the blubber they accumulated during their feeding frenzy. They'll stay in these regions until their calves are strong enough for the long journey back to the polar regions. This cycle of feeding and breeding is vital for the blue whale's survival, and their migratory patterns play a critical role in maintaining the health of ocean ecosystems. As they move across vast stretches of the ocean, blue whales help distribute nutrients, ensuring the health of marine life along their migration routes. In the final section, we'll explore the blue whale's role in the ocean ecosystem and the conservation efforts in place to protect this incredible species. Despite their immense size and power, blue whales play a delicate and crucial role in the health of our oceans. As they travel through the water, these gentle giants help distribute nutrients from the surface to the ocean depths, supporting the growth of phytoplankton, the foundation of the marine food chain. Without the blue whale, entire ecosystems could be thrown off balance, but these majestic creatures face serious challenges today. Human activities such as ship strikes, entanglement in fishing gear, and climate change are putting blue whales at risk. As the oceans warm and krill populations shift, blue whales may find it harder to access their primary food source, threatening their survival. Fortunately, conservation efforts are underway to protect blue whales from these dangers. International laws now protect them from commercial whaling, and many organizations are working to create safer oceans by reducing ship traffic in whale habitats. The more we learn about blue whales, the more we realize how important it is to protect them. These gentle giants are not only awe-inspiring, they're essential to the health of our oceans. So, if you've enjoyed learning about these magnificent creatures, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to learn more about the wonders of the natural world.